Good day, everyone. Today we're going to look at guitar tabs, and this serves as a primer to get yourself more acquainted to how to read guitar tabs. Um, you'd be asking me what's the importance of that, or even what a guitar tab is. Now, a guitar tab is another form of music reading that specifically goes with stringed instruments such as guitars and bass guitar. It's very different to music notation, and you'll find that guitar tabs is what you would find on the internet primarily. Um, why is it? You'd also ask, why is it important to know how to read guitar tab? For the basic reason that if you want to go onto the internet and find a guitar tab or music or how to play a specific song that you like, the internet industry standard is guitar tab, and places like ultimateguitar.com would be the best place to find chord charts or even guitar tabs like this. So I think it's very important that we do go through how to read guitar tab. And it's another form of reading, as I said, and I think it's very important to know. Not only should you go through music notation as well, this would also be very important. And the reason why I say that is it's like reading a book. If you want to read a book, if you want to read it in Afrikaans, you can read it in Afrikaans if you know the language. Um, so yeah, it's all about reading different things, and I think this will be very important going forward because a lot of the lessons that I'm going to do will be in guitar tab. I'll try and put some lessons in music notation, but primarily this will be how the lesson content will be set out. So let us take a look at guitar tabs specifically. Now, as I said, guitar tab can be for basically most string instruments, but primarily for the guitar and to a point the bass guitar. Now, when we go through this, I'll also be referring to bass guitar as well. So for the bassists, you don't have to worry about being left out. So the first thing that we need to look at is that it's very similar to music notation in the sense that they have lines, okay? But the only difference is that the difference between notation and guitar tab in that instance is that these horizontal lines do not stand for the different notes that you get in music or the musical alphabet. They stand for the strings. So for 6-string guitar, these would stand for the strings that you need to play. Starting with the thickest string, the string that's closest to you, which would be this one, the E string, all the way up to the first E string, which is the thinnest string, and it should be further away from you. All right. And another way that you'll know that it's guitar tab is by saying tab over there. All right, so big difference. The other thing is that the similarity between notation and tab is when they have this vertical line. This vertical line stands for the bars that separate your different measures. All right, so let's start with the label at the top. So notes played at the same time. So with tab, it'll go according to beats. All right. So this one over here, if you see numbers, and let's start with let's actually go on to the numbers. Numbers tell you where you put your fingers. So that means that these numbers on this string over here means that you'd go to the A string, okay, and go to the 3rd fret. So this stands for the fret number that you need to go to. So if we work on that, what note would you actually be playing on the A string if it's the 3rd fret? That's correct. It would be the C note. All right. So if you see on this line vertically looking at it, if there are no other numbers and it's only one number, that's the only note that you play for that measure over there. If you see any numbers like these two, like 1 and 2, being on top of each other, that means you need to play these two notes at the same time. That means that on this string over here, you'd have one of your fingers on the 1st fret And then on this one over here, you'll need to play the second fret for that for that string over there, and you play those two notes at the same time. Now, what does that mean for this string, this string, this string, and that string? During that time that you play these two notes, you do not play them at all. All right. If you see that you have these numbers, such as this one, this one, this one, and that one, same thing. That means you put a finger on the second fret. When it says 0, that means you do not put anything on that, on those strings, but you still play those strings. So that'll be your open notes. Whenever you see a 0, that's classified basically as an open note. So where to put your fingers, and you can see that, as we said earlier, notes played one at a time, like these over here. So it'll be second fret, then open on this string, then third on that string. All right, and carry on, and then notes played at the same time. These are string numbers, which means that the string closest to you will be the 6th fret, sorry, not the 6th fret, the 6th string all the way up to the 1st string. And these would be the string names. All right, that is basically it for that. Now, as I said, we'll start with simple exercises with regards to playing with tab, and we'll be using that during our lessons. So my suggestion to you is to practice with these guitar tabs, and like I said, the more you practice, the easier it will become. But we'll go through that process as the lessons progress. So with that being said, that's the end of the guitar tab primer. Hopefully you enjoyed this lesson and enjoy the rest of your day.